George Takei.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am? Do I look like a ma'am to you?
No, no, no. It's not how you look. It's just good manners.
Do you keep up a very strong social media presence?
I do indeed.
Tell me why you love social media.
My mission in life is to educate people on democracy, because there was a time in my life when democracy failed.
Evacuation. More than 100,000 men, women, and children, all of Japanese ancestry, removed from their homes in the Pacific Coast states.
I was 5 years old, and one morning we were gazing out the window, and we saw two soldiers with bayonets on their rifle marching up the driveway, stomped to the porch, and banged on the door. And we were literally ordered out of our home by gunpoint and taken to the horse stables of a nearby racetrack. We were there for a few months while the camps were being built. That takes us back to when I was a teenager, when I was curious about that part of my life, and I read civics books about the shining ideals of our democracy, and I couldn't reconcile the two, so I had discussions with my father, and he told me that our democracy is a people's democracy. It's made up of people who have the potential for doing great things, but also are fallible human beings. And so our democracy is dependent on people who cherish the shining ideals of our democracy and actively engage in that process. And that's what makes our democracy work. And so from my 20s on, I've had that mission. And what better way to do that than by having a musical on that subject.
Indeed.
And so there we are with Allegiance on Broadway.
You are active, I know, not only in government and now on Broadway, but you're an activist. In 2005, you came out with your sexuality. Why did you feel like you had to let the world know I'm gay?
Because I'm an actor. When I was beginning my acting career, I was in love with one blonde matinee idol from Warner Brothers Studios named Tab Hunter. Every other movie from Warner Brothers Studio was starring Tab Hunter.
Okay.
He was the heartthrob of all women and some men. But a scandal sheet exposed him, and overnight his career faded. And I knew from that experience that that part of my life had to be secret. So there I was marching in civil rights movement during the Vietnam War, and the issue that's the closest to me, I was silent on. And it was very, very difficult. But you know, when I was doing Star Trek, my work colleagues are hip people. But when I first got the hint that they knew, I was talking with Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov, and the extras who were being fitted for their Starfleet uniform were ambling onto the set. And suddenly Walter starts going, you know, urging me to turn around and look behind me. And so I look behind me, and there is this heart-stoppingly gorgeous guy. Every pectoral muscle, you know, rippling under that shirt. And my heart stopped. And then I turned back and looked at Walter, and Walter goes, he was helping me out.
So what did you do?
He didn't want me to miss out on
Did you seal the deal?
anything.
Did you close the deal with the guy?
I kind of subtly hit at him. He was straight.
Bummer. I love how you're trying to out-democratize democracy by showing the highest side of how we can be as Americans and humans, and I thank you for bringing your message here to Talk Stoop. And
there's nothing like chatting with you on your stoop with this beautiful white creature right behind us.
She's a girl. Everyone thinks Gracie's a man, but I think she looks feminine, don't you?
Well, I know women that look like that.
I'm so sorry for them. Thank you.